If you're a storm chaser, knowing when and where supercells will form is everything. And while Australia and the US do share some similarities, my forecasting tools and strategies do differ quite a bit, so let's take a look at them in today's video. Starting with Australia. In Australia, we use Bureau of Meteorology data, but for high detail forecasting, I rely on BSCH software. First, to start a forecast, we look at surface observations, temperature, dew point, and pressure. The BSCH software makes it really easy to analyze these. After that, we check upper air soundings to analyze instability. CAPE and SYN are the main factors that I tend to look at. CAPE is convective available potential energy. That's how much fuel there is for thunderstorms. I'm sure if you watch meteorology videos, you've heard that on repeat a million times. SYN is the opposite of CAPE. It is negative CAPE. So that's how much capping there may be. Radar is our best friend for tracking developing cells. Radarscope provides high-res radar scans, letting us see where storms are organizing. I use a Tier 2 subscription, which gives me access to tools such as archive data and extended radar loops to get the best possible idea of what is taking place in a storm. Look how many radars there are in the US. This is Australia, and these are nowhere near the same quality as these radars. So yeah, just wanted to compare what radar coverage actually is like in Australia versus US. There's very minimal coverage. My backup radar software is MyRadar, which provides fairly similar data, but not to such a detailed extent. So the BSCH software offers a supercell probability chart. We can find it down here, but yeah, it gives us a percentile of the chance of supercells. So we can take a look. From here, we can actually access Skew Ts as well. So if we would click here, it will take us straight to a Skew T. Skew T charts are a goldmine for storm chasers. They reveal moisture profiles, lapse rates, and wind shear, helping us determine whether a storm will remain elevated or surface-based. They are honestly one of the most useful tools for finding out what a storm is going to look like, what it's going to do. If you're an American viewer, if you're used to the SPC QTs, you will be quite unimpressed by this. The values here are very limited compared to what America has to offer. I'll show a screenshot of an American QT. This sounding reveals pretty much everything: wind shear, CAPE, temperature and dew point with height. I'm not going to do a full video going through all of these indices here and values. I don't know them that well. The main ones I usually use are the CAP, the SYN, the CAPE, the lifted index, the K-index, the sweat, the helicity, the EHI, and the PBOT. The BSCH software also offers a Hodograph, which shows the wind vector with height. That's the wind speed and direction with height. This is the ground level, and this is right at the top of the atmosphere, but as you can see in this Hodograph, the wind with height is moving southeast and it's just becoming stronger. The Hodograph tool in the BSCH shows us if the wind will veer with height, which promotes rotation and storm longevity. In this sounding here, we can see a very consistent southeast storm motion. In the US, chasers rely on the Storm Prediction Center outlooks, HREF model runs, and NOAA soundings, as well as many other tools. Australia doesn't have an equivalent to the SPC, so we rely on a more personal analysis. The US has a more extensive upper air sounding network and better radar coverage, making it easier to pinpoint supercell development. In Australia, we sometimes have to estimate based on model data, since the radar coverage doesn't actually reach all the way. The US has Tornado Alley as well as Dixie Alley, with textbook setups, dry lines, warm fronts, and jet streak interactions. In Australia, supercells often form along coastal troughs or inland heat lows, meaning different storm structures. Both Australia and the US have incredible supercells, there's no question about it, but forecasting them requires different tools and strategies, adding to the fact that my target area, the east coast of Australia, is literally divided by the Great Dividing Range, which has some of the oldest rainforests in the world and the highest peaks in Australia at 3,500 meters. It makes it difficult to chase with the rough terrain and bad road networks, so knowing local lookouts and taking a look on Google Maps or something beforehand is quite crucial. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. I just got bored and I'm like, hey, weather, I have a YouTube channel. Weather. Weather.